What's going on, everyone? This is Spilling Tea with Chris G, and I am going over Love and Hip Hop ATL Shouty new season. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and hit you guys with my top five highlights and spill tea. So let's get started. So the saga continues on my first highlight with Stevie J and Jocelyn. Stevie J was dating Faith Evans at one point in time, but it did not work out between the two. So Stevie J has opened his heart up to love. He's working on a new athletic line. Looks like it's for supplements. He's looking real buff, looking like Zaddy out there in them streets. It's looking like Zaddy. So he's working on himself. And while he was on TV, he got served by Jocelyn. Jocelyn, she was doing her pregnancy shoot, which I have to say that shoot looked bomb. Like she looked absolutely radiant. She was explaining that her and Young Dro are just really good friends, which Young Dro was at the photo shoot. Also, the fact that Jocelyn has not seen Stevie J in the past 6 months. She's only seen him maybe once or twice, and that was it the whole time she's been pregnant. And he's refusing to take the paternity test, hence why he was served at the gym. On to my second highlight. Carly Red is back and in full effect, and she is dating Young Jock. Storyline. Anyways, so they are, back talking again, and Young Jock has moved out into like a farm situation. He got some llamas out there. He's getting in real serene and peaceful. He got his hair swooped up. So, him and Carly, they're talking. Carly wants Young Jock to apologize to her for all the things that he was saying about her pimento cream cheese coming out of her woo-ha. Also, the fact that Carly wants to include Young Jock in her sex book, which is going to teach us ladies how to keep our man happy. Okay. So she's going over her sexcapades and all that good stuff. So, yeah. Now, recently, Carly Red, of course, Black Ink ATL has opened up Caesar out of Black Ink, New York. Um, that whole franchise. So he went down to Atlanta, opened up a tattoo shop, and supposedly Carly Red and Caesar are dating. That's interesting. On to my third highlight. So Melissa, which is a new castmate on Love and Hip Hop ATL, who was friends with Mimi and friends with Jocelyn, had met up with Mimi, Tammy, Rashida, and Aaron. And they were just all basically catching up. Now, Melissa is what she says she is the biggest promoter in the world, the biggest promoter amongst LGBTQ community for parties. She owns party buses and all that good stuff. So, me and everyone else on Twitter, because I live in Las Vegas, so you guys know this is like party central, like they do everything over the top in our clubs, almost comparable, probably more than Miami at this point. Um, where I've never I've never heard of Melissa, but not to say I'm not trying to pull no credit from nobody, but just never heard of you, just saying. But anyway, she seems like a nice person. Anyways, Rashida was talking about her and Kirk's issues. Kirk is kind of getting a little frustrated with Rashida because he feels like she's not managing her time well between keeping her family, running her career, her store businesses, and being a part of being a wife and just certain things. So she's having an issue with that. Tammy, of course, was talking about at that point she was separated from Waka Flocka, but her and Waka Flocka has worked on it and has gotten back together. Now, Tammy Rivera was under some fire a few months ago because she was stating that it probably came out a little wrong. She kind of re-explained it, but women who leave their men that have cheated on them are weak. So she came under a lot of fire about that, but she's with Waka, so hey, to each his own. For my fourth highlight, Jocelyn had threw a masquerade party, and Young Dro was there, and they had debuted their new song that they have out. So, congratulations to Jocelyn, and she was looking very, very beautiful in her white dress. Melissa was there. Carly Red was not invited, but she did pop up to spy on Young Jock, who was invited. And that was not a good situation. Kirk Frost was on his way, and Jasmine, who is, I found her on Instagram. This is someone else who's been introduced to the show as well. Jasmine is basically Kirk's new baby mama that he's been paying her hush money for a very long time. She was just has a 3-month-old baby at this point on the show. Rodney, who she was involved with, who is a scammer in Atlanta. He's a Joanne the Scammer, number 3. Basically, he was involved with Mimi at one point in time. Mimi had left him and had got with Stevie J. So, anyways, Young Jock is talking to Jasmine, and Carly Red pulls up on Jock. Melissa pulls her to the side because Melissa's also friends with Carly Red. Atlanta is very small. I think everybody is friends with everybody at this point, because I'm like, how do y'all all know each other like this? But anyways, so Melissa pulls up on Carly Red and was like, what are you doing here? You're not friends with Jocelyn. You got, what happened? No, I'm just here. Of course, Carly Red, I'm just here to spy on Jock. So she runs over the Jock. What are you doing with this chick? Yada, yada. And that's when Jasmine comes out and says, well, I was dealing with Rodney, or they call him Rod, at one time. And Rod, I went out to his Instagram. His Instagram is private. He done put his page on private, and he's not accepting friend requests. I'm like, come on now. I mean, I'm a vlogger. Let me in. But anyways, he does have on there 11 Hip Hop Atlanta Star on his page, so I guess. But basically she said, well, I just had a baby, and it's not Rod's, it is Kirk Frost. And everyone's mouth dropped, including mine, because I wasn't expecting that. I mean, I knew that there was a baby mama on there. I just didn't know it was going to be a bomb that soon. And Kirk walks into the drama. Of course, he pretends to act like he does not know Jasmine.
You don't know me.
Do I?
If that's your response, great. Because now I know where the you stand.
She was saying that Kirk has been all in her house and, just doing the most. So Kirk had ran up out of there. He was like, bye, I gotta go get to Rashida before everybody else gets to her. Carly Red meets up. She left, actually. Jock was like, hey, just go. And so Carly Red and Melissa had left. They met up with Mimi. They tell her about the situation. Mimi was giving us a little background on Rodney, stating that he was fraudulent. He had her in jail. He messed up her credit. I mean, he was just like doing the most with Mimi. And that's why she left him for, Stevie J, which was a better life. At that time, I mean, Stevie J was and still is huge in the music industry. And of course, Kirk runs home. He tells Rashida, lying. Did you sleep with her, Kirk? Long pause. No. Okay, you're lying. Kirk, we already seen you at the lake house, bro. We know how you move, so we're aware. So Rashida was like, if you saying it's not true, then I gotta take it for what it is. But if it's true, then we're gonna have some issues. On to my fifth highlight. So Stevie J and Tommy had met up because Tommy is having a situation that is haunting her. Last season, Jocelyn had basically put out a restraining order against Tommy from when she almost tried to run Jocelyn over. And now the police have contacted Tommy's attorney because they want to speak to her about the incident. So Tommy was telling Stevie J about the whole situation, and she asked him to speak on her behalf because he was there, and Stevie J did agree to do that. Stevie J also told Tommy that, Jocelyn is pregnant and all the situations that he was going through with her. And I mean, it's been a lot because Jocelyn was on the internet. Allegations about Stevie J being a pedophile, a lot of allegations against, him molesting his daughter, Mimi, getting some kind of weird babysitter involved. I mean, just like doing the most on social media. And I mean, they were running rampant with those rumors, and those are detrimental, of course, to his career as well. I mean, nobody would want to work with you with that behind you. So, he was just talking about everything that was going on with him. Tommy had her own issues. She was on Instagram Live. She had put her friend out, Mary Jane, had put her hand around her neck. She's been going through it as well. She's no longer with Scrap. So, however, Tommy did release she's in the midst of releasing her own liquor line. So, congratulations to Tommy. That's a positive note. But, anyways, so Tommy and Stevie, they went to the police station and they ended up locking Tommy up. They didn't want to talk to Stevie. Apparently, Tommy had a warrant behind this whole situation, and they ended up locking her up. So that was crazy. So that is it for you guys on Love and Hip Hop ATL. Not a lot of tea right now. Of course, Young Jockey is on the radio station now in Atlanta. So, he's working on that. He's on there in the morning. But not a lot of tea coming from them at this point in time. But of course, I will have some more developments next week. So if you guys are not on the Facebook page, please make sure you follow us, Spilling Tea with Chris G, KRYSG, for all the latest news, updates, and videos. And I will see you all next week.